to you.
Double tap. Flip. Hi. Here we are again.
Hi, everyone. Oh,
Let's see.
I'm short.
We're going to adjust this. Whoa.
Sorry for a little ride. Good thing we're going to talk about motion sickness.
I know.
Hi. Here we are again. Hi, everyone.
Thanks for everybody for watching now, and thanks for everybody watching on replay. I'm Denise Jacuto.
And I'm Kirsten Cowan.
And we're going to talk to you about some tips that are Chinese medicine related and good for travel this Thanksgiving.
Yeah, traveling is something, people start to do a lot of. I'm sure there's some statistic that we didn't look up about how this coming week is the busiest travel time of the year, but that sounds really plausible.
Is it Wednesday? I think this Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, is the biggest travel day of the year. That's what Proga said. Proga, our friend and acupuncturist at Energy Matters in Oakland. Hi, Proga.
Hi, Proga. Yeah, and she is never wrong, so we're good with... We're good to just cite her as our source. But anyway, regardless of whether it's the most or just a lot, lots of us will be traveling in the next week and 2 weeks and certainly beyond. And we want to share some stuff from our knowledge as acupuncturists and herbalists to make that travel a little easier and a little less impactful on you and your loved ones.
So you're going to start with some stretches for the airplane?
Yeah, so the first thing that I want to talk about is really movement. One of the things that's hardest on the body with travel, whether that's in a plane, a train, or an automobile, is being still for so long. From a Western perspective, with lots and lots of sitting, people can actually become more susceptible to blood clots and things like that. But certainly you become uncomfortable, aches and pains, and so on. So moving during the time that you're traveling. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that perspective. Is really, really helpful. So in general, I would suggest that you make sure that you are stopping and stretching and moving as frequently as possible. That should be, at least every hour or 2 hours. So even if you can power through on a car ride or whatever, don't stop, pull over the car, walk around, move your energy. There's lots of different stretches you can do. Basically, whatever feels good is going to be useful. If you do yoga, some little yoga stretches, rotating your arms and your ankles, your wrists and your ankle, moving your ankles is something you could do even seated in a car. Don't do that while driving or in a plane. But I particularly want to show you 3 different techniques from Qigong and Tai Chi that are really, really effective to move the energy, get the circulation going, get the microcirculation moving in your body, and move your Qi. And those are bouncing, shaking, and tapping. So bouncing is pretty much what it sounds like. I'm not going to demonstrate fully, but you would do this standing up, and you just bounce. If you've ever used a rebounder or one of those little trampolines, they are lauded for their health benefits. It definitely helps your lymphatic system move a little bit, and you will hear the hi Jennifer.
Here.
We shouted you out in our last Periscope. I'm so glad to see you join us.
Thanks for joining us.
So that bouncing movement, you can do this, as much as you can bear, especially if you're in a crowded place. But you can certainly do it at a rest stop, or even waiting in line to get into the bathroom on the plane. Shaking is very similar. It's a little bit more vigorous movement. I'm just demonstrating with my hands, but you could do this with your feet as well, like that, or you can kind of do it, holding your hands at your waist level. And then, great. So you're doing the movement while traveling. That's great. And then the final one is tapping. And this is a classic move from Qigong, which activates the energy in the meridian. It's going to be really beneficial for the circulation. It's also really useful to kind of wake you up. I find it really great if I'm sort of been in a still air situation or doing the same thing for a long time. Mm-hmm. And you really start to feel kind of fuzzy and uncomfortable. And I'm going to hold out my arm here. Hopefully you can kind of see. What you do is you make a little fist with your hand, and then you tap. Tap, slowly move down. So you're going to do the outside of your arm, and then the inside of your arm. You can possibly hear about how hard I'm tapping from the sound of that. So it's pretty vigorous, actually, to be effective. It shouldn't hurt in any way. So you're going to do that down the outside and inside of your arm. You can do that in the front of your body, your lower back, over your butt, and over the outside and inside of your legs. It's like a splash in a cool pool or something like that. It's really one of the most reviving activities that you can do while traveling, and it doesn't really take any space. You might look a little silly, but you're going to feel fabulous.
Absolutely.
Everything that we're going to talk about today, we're going to have links to more information about it, and find some videos of that on our Pinterest board that we keep, where we collect everything that we talk about in our periscopes. That's under Chikuto Acupuncture's Pinterest account, and you can also find it at bit.ly/periscope pins. So we keep archive broadcast links there, as well as links to everything that we talk about during our periscopes.
Thank you for the demo.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm all tapped now.
Another thing we're going to talk about is acupressure. So when you're traveling, thanks, Jen. When you're traveling, there's some good acupressure points to do. I'm going to show you a few of them now, but you can look at the rest of them on an article I wrote for AcutakeHealth.com called "Do It Yourself Acupressure for Travel," and the first 3 are actually in front of your ear. I'm going to try to demonstrate on Kirsten. We have Sanjiao 20. You don't have. This is not a quiz. You don't need to remember the names of these points, but this is just 3 points in a row, like 3 ducks in a row. Sanjiao 21, small intestine 19, and gallbladder 2, right in front of the ear. The little flap in front of the ear, right there. And then you just press with your fingers, basically, like that. Yeah, like that. When you're on both sides, if you're trying to not stick them in your ears, on the outside of your ears, if you're trying to pop your ears open on a flight and you forgot to bring gum, that's a good trick. Just keep pressing those points. For travel sickness, if you want to do a point for nausea, the point that's on the seasickness bands, we're going to show you. It's 2 fingers up from the wrist crease right here in the middle between the 2 tendons right there. This is pericardium 6, and that's a really good acupressure point for nausea.
I get motion sickness quite severely, and I find this point is most effective when I press it really quite hard. I'll even use my, the nail on my thumb a little bit, and then I immediately, start to feel relief as long as I'm giving quite a bit of pressure. So that's something I've found to be useful when doing acupressure on that spot.
Good tip, thank you. So let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. So I think now you want to talk about ginger, right? And related to PC6.
Yeah, we've covered the acupressure. So as I mentioned, I actually do tend to get motion sickness quite severely, and certainly I've treated lots of folks with it. And something that I never leave home without when I'm traveling is natural ginger capsules. So these are probably ones I got quite a long time ago when I was home visiting family in Canada. So I don't know if this brand is even available. There's something widely available at any health food store. Even bigger drugstores often will carry 100% pure ginger capsules. You could certainly use candied ginger or powdered ginger in tea. Oh, great. That's great. So we'll share to TCM007, who's with us. That's Jennifer Dabowski, acupuncturist and a lady and a scholar from Chicago. We'll share her article about motion sickness and ginger on our Pinterest board. So taking about 2 of these half an hour before you're going to start to travel, whether that's in a car or when I fly to visit family, I'm usually on a little prop job plane. These are definitely useful for that. In Western studies, they've been shown to be as effective or more effective than prescription anti-nausea medication like Dramamine and Gravol. So definitely, if you don't remember to bring these with you, stop and grab some at the health food store or the large drugstore that you're visiting. Another ginger-related Another ginger-related motion sickness tip. Obviously, I'm kind of on a motion sickness